So my name is Lucas Michael Hakis, and I am a design engineer for the Department of Public Works out here at White Sands Missile Range. So I actually grew up in Las Cruces, New Mexico. My parents both raised both my brother and I, and we grew up in a very old and uh, kind of a poor neighborhood. We At a very young age, my parents they kind of instilled the importance of working hard. Um, we actually, well, my mom she actually raised my brother and I, and she always had a one job. And my father, he had always worked two jobs for as long as I could remember. So that's pretty much where I grew up, and that's kind of that. High school, I actually was in orchestra. I actually played the violin from grade 6 to 12. The reason why it's the most memorable of memories that I have in high school is because it actually taught me a lot about discipline, and it actually allowed me to see the world. In 2007, the orchestra and band out there at Mayfield High School, we were invited to actually play in China, and so that was one thing that I think was real pinnacle on my future as far as seeing the world and traveling and kind of learning discipline as far as where what you can do can actually get you places. Not so much in high school, but in middle school, I was actually part of the theater magnet program at Sierra Middle School there in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And being in the theater program, it really teaches you to be able to communicate, to actually be in front of people, to communicate your message, or to be on stage. And so that was another thing that I think kind of led my progression as far as growth. And then, of course, with orchestra leading up to that, and just kind of a full circle experience there. So those skills that I actually obtained there in middle school and high school, like I explained, they played a vital role, especially going back to college. I started there at the Doñana Community College, and then progressively went into the state of New Mexico State University. But it actually played a real role into connecting me to where I am now, because it allowed me to get the confidence and in myself, so that you become more aware of what you're really capable of doing. And um, that right there, I think, is priceless, because it allows you to think more above yourself, and to accomplish things that you probably would never thought of when you're younger. So I think that's why I think that it's important that my exposure in middle school and high school, it allowed me to see all that, and make everything that I could think of kind of a reality. I guess that's where full circle. And that's what I think. I think that that's kind of where I am today. Well, currently, I am a design engineer for the Department of Public Works out here at White Sands Missile Range. I'm under the design branch for the engineering division. That's basically that's what I am. But my discipline is mechanical engineering. So my typical day, it actually varies from day to day. One thing for sure is, being a design engineer, you have your assigned projects, and so your main objective is to get those completed, and that can be from meeting with customers to figure out the requirements for the project, going on site, looking at facilities, buildings, just seeing the existing conditions, and of course, having to communicate with other engineers to complete the project. And finally, to actually get all that information and put it in AutoCAD so that you can basically put the design together so that somebody can take that design and build whatever you're trying to the problem you're trying to fix. So I do have my bachelor's degree in engineering. That is the requirement for my job description. And of course, I obtained that through going to New Mexico State University, um, and of course, following through with the curriculum. Even though it can be intensive at times, but you can do it. Anybody can do it. And then, of course, actually, now that I am a design engineer, having to go back to the community college and take courses in AutoCAD, so that it could allow me to become more proficient in my job as a design engineer. So in 5 years, I tell you the truth, I actually like where I'm at right now. I like the people that I'm working with. I like the mission that I'm currently working on. Everything is really good. So in 5 years, I really feel like I really hope that I am actually still here where I'm at. But life happens and things change. And I know that regardless, everything's going to be fine. But as far as career goal, I actually want to proceed and actually get my professional license, my professional engineering license. So I really think that nothing's impossible. Doesn't matter where you come from, as long as you're able to put in the hard work and you have the drive to complete coursework or just hard work in general. It will allow you to get to places. It will allow you to excel, and no matter what, you know, you're always going to have a bright future if you always live your life by those means.